How to import from China in 8 important steps. I'm Fung Cheng, and I help people by giving marketing and business advice. So if you want to learn how to source from China, and you would like to learn more about this type of topic, be sure to subscribe my channel and click the bell button. You might be a brand owner or e-commerce seller for Amazon FBA. If this is so, you are in the right place, because I'm going to explain to you how to import from China in 8 important steps. So let's get started. Your first step is going to be to identify your product. You may think, well, I've already got an idea, what I'm going to sell. I see that on the internet somewhere that it inspired me, that type of product is going to sell. I'm going to do that, basically from my gut. Well, I'm going to tell you, you are wrong. Wrong. If you are doing, your first step incorrectly, it's going to affect your whole FBA or sourcing business. When we talk about sourcing or e-commerce, you never want to do that by gut. It's not gonna work. So how can I do that? The right way is that you gotta do your product research. There's a lot of data that you gotta look at. A lot of analyze. How many searches on Amazon FBA or maybe on Google, and then how many people actually are looking for that type of product, and then is there any competitors? How many competitors that you have? You gotta ask a lot of this type of questions. Get the answers, as many as you can, before going in. Because at the end of the day, you are looking for a product that has a high demand and low competition. So do your homework and then identify the right product before you go into the sourcing stage. The second step is to find a reliable supplier. There are actually many ways to find suppliers. You can do that on your own. Going on some platforms such as Alibaba.com or Trasos, or you can just get a sourcing agent. But then here's the most important part. You contact different suppliers. How many suppliers you're gonna contact for one single product? You gotta at least test 5 to 10 suppliers. Take your time. You don't want to miss this step, because otherwise you're gonna be, if you do this step wrong, it's gonna affect your whole business. So you gotta find a reliable supplier. Try to compare 5 to 10 of them. Test out many different aspects. Not only the price, not only the product. You gotta also test out their communications. Do you feel like they understand your requirements? Do you feel like they can solve your problems? So take your time and then select the best supplier for your long-term business. In the third step, you negotiate terms and pricing with the selected suppliers. The next step is negotiate terms and pricing. In this step, you really don't want to just accept what terms and pricing the supplier is offering. You gotta learn how to do counter offers. Never just accept what supplier is giving you. In terms of the price, the terms, and never show them you're in rush. Sometimes you gotta learn to do counter offers. I don't care if you're in a rush or not. You never want to show it to the supplier, because otherwise the suppliers will think that, okay, this guy is in a rush. He's gonna accept any terms and pricing that we're going to give him. You are actually showing them that you are in a weaker position. So try to stay calm, get a better position and bargaining power. The fourth step is to get your brand and IP protected. So let's say you have already looked at the product samples from the suppliers, and you feel like they have the ability to OEM the product, or even make some improvements, based on your design or part. So this stage is going to be important. Before you having them to start manufacturing your product, you got a lot of documents to sign with them. Non-disclosure agreement, non-competitive agreement, authorization for brands, designs, pattern. Try to have the agreements with the suppliers, on the same boat, what is allowed and what is not before the manufacturing process. Step 5. Manage quality control and compliance. In this step, just get prepared, because you're going to see a lot of back and forth between you and the suppliers, and then new problem will arise. Someday, the suppliers is going to tell you, well, these materials doesn't work on your design, product design. Or maybe one day, the other day, they're going to tell you that, oh, well, your design doesn't work. It's impossible for us to assemble it. You're going to see a lot of new problems pop up. And you, as the brand owner, you're going to solve every one of it. So that's why it is extremely important in the very first steps that you get a reliable supplier. Because the suppliers, if they are not willing to solve the problem, with you, then you're gonna, have a big challenge in this step. It would be much, much easier if in this stage, the suppliers, they're willing to spend the time and effort to help you solve the problem, okay? Either it is the quality problem, or the design problem, or the materials problem, because at this stage, you need someone who you can trust to work with. Step 6. Create a marketing and selling plan. So once you have solved, the manufacturing problems, and maybe you get lucky, there's not much, stuff to be solved, then, while the batch, the product is being manufactured, you gotta try to come up with a plan on how to market and sell your product. Say, if you are an Amazon FBA seller, and this product is gonna be selling on Amazon, so you got a lot of stuff to prepare, such as your photos, videos, your description, your bullet points. Or maybe you are selling on Shopify, that this is your brand, your brand website. So you got a lot to prepare, your marketing materials, your copywriting. The next step is gonna be manage inventory and fulfillment. What countries I'm selling to, and where is the location of my inventory? Say you are doing Amazon, then of course you're gonna be sending your inventories to the Amazon FBA center, right? If you are doing a Shopify dropshipping model, right, the inventory is gonna be stored in a warehouse in China. Then based on the customers worldwide, their customers' orders, you're gonna send to the customer on demand distributors, your sub-distributors. So plan how your inventory and fulfillment model is gonna be beforehand. It's gonna save you some time. The last step, monitor and optimize the inventory level and prepare for the next batch. So say your product is selling very well, and you don't want the inventory to run completely out, before you're trying to place the second order. Once you can feel the momentum, you get some sales data that how fast is your inventory running out. You want to plan for your next batch. Either it is for next month. So comment below and share your experience with others. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.